Hey guys, this is a study guide for the test about the sepoy mutiny and the Suez Canal. It's going to be open for you to take. Okay, so bottom line, sepoy rebellion. It's when the people of India rose up and rebelled against the British who had taken them over. It's also very similar to something we haven't talked too much about called the Boxer Rebellion, when the people of China rose up and they rebelled against all the countries that had taken their land. All right, so if you see that, Boxer Rebellion, it's basically people rebelling against foreign influences. They want to reduce foreign influences. So the Sepoy and the Boxer Rebellion are always going to be linked. We study the Sepoy Rebellion, and it's the same thing as the Boxer Rebellion, except it happened in China. Sepoy Rebellion happened in India, and they both wanted to kick out the foreigners. Next, we talked a little bit about the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal, why was it built? It was built to link the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. It was built to reduce the amount of time a trade ship would need, or a military ship would need. Another thing, British wanted to control the Suez region. Why? Because if they could control the Suez Canal region, they could say who could use the canal, who couldn't use the canal. And they could tax people for using the canal and make money from it. So that's very important, the control of the Suez Canal. Next, a goal of the Sepoy Rebellion and the Boxer Rebellion. We know these rebellions wanted to remove foreign influence from their country. They wanted to kick the imperialists out of their country. Next, what are the Sepoy and the Boxer Rebellion responses to? They are responses, guys, to imperialist practices of Europe. They wanted to kick the imperialists out. Now, why the heck is the Suez Canal important? It's important because it's a gateway to other places. And there's another canal that's almost as famous, the Panama Canal. And the Panama Canal and Suez Canal are similar because they shorten the amount of time a trade ship would take to trade. Ottoman Empire, we talked a little bit about the Ottoman Empire. So the Ottoman Empire is important because the Ottoman Empire was made up of land in the continent of Africa. It was made up of land in Europe and Asia. The Ottoman Empire spanned 3 continents. So know that. It was that big. The Zulu resistance. Why did the Zulus resist in South Africa? Why did the Sepoys resist in India? They wanted to end foreign control. They wanted to kick those imperialists out of their countries. So the Zulus wanted the foreigners out, and so did the Sepoys in India. They wanted the foreigners gone, just like the Boxers in China. So what's the purpose of the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal? They want to decrease the distance of trade routes. The canals were dug to shorten the trade routes, which they did by thousands of miles. Now, we're going way back. Toussaint Louverture and the revolution in Haiti. Why did Toussaint rebel? He hated the European policy of slavery. Why did the Sepoys rebel? They hated the European policy of mercantilism, where all the profit in India went to the British, and the Indian people saw little to nothing. Sepoy Rebellion, it's a huge turning point in Indian history because a lot of people say it was the start of the independence movement, and people would look back to the Sepoy Rebellion for years and years and years as the beginning of the independence movement in India. One way the Sepoy Mutiny and the Zulu Resistance and the Boxer Rebellion were similar? Let me think. What do you remember? They all wanted to give the foreigners the boot out of their country. They wanted to kick the foreigners out, and they wanted the people from that country to rule and govern. Next, turning point in the Suez Canal and the Panama Canal. Why were these waterways important? These canals were important because they shortened trade route by thousands of miles and many weeks of travel. Another thing, the colonial power. People did not want to be a colony for the most part. They wanted independence. The Sepoys, they rose up against the British And they fought for Indian independence. And they almost won. So, a primary source, a building the Suez Canal. A primary source is somebody who was there and saw it, or somebody writing about it from the time. A primary purpose. Primary purpose for building the Suez Canal was to increase trade between the Middle East, Europe, and Asia, which it did. And remember, a primary source is somebody who was there during the time writing about it. And I just got mixed up a little bit. Watch this video a few times. Study, study, study. Take your time. Good luck.